Okay, so this is what we're making today, the Asscher square. This is a video from yesterday's class. I've got all the supplies I need to make another one of these squares. I've got yarn, hook that is comparable, stitch markers, darning needle and scissors. And I will show you how to get started. So let's go. Okay, this video is the Asscher square from yesterday's class. I'm going to show you how to do it again. So starting with a slip knot. Popping that on your hook. I've got my supplies here. Stitch marker, 4 of them, and the scissors. Now you can make a magic ring if you want. I don't like magic rings, so I'm going to start with a chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to pop my hook into that first one that I've made, and here's where we put our stitch marker in, just for this circle. If you need to, it's good practice until you get the exact hang of where you're going. So that stitch marker is not attached to a stitch, it's just over that little U shape that I've made. Hopefully you can see that properly. And then I'm going to yarn over and pull that through both loops on my hook. And that is the center of my circle now, where my stitch marker is. And I'm going to chain 3, which counts as my first double crochet. And then I'm going to make 11 double crochet in the ring. So I'll have 12 in total. Try not to set my yarn on fire this time. See how I'm going into the circle, and I'm also crocheting around the tail. You don't have to, but I just prefer to, because it's one less sewing in at the end, or a bit less sewing in at the end. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 more to go. 7, 8. So these are just double crochet, US terminology. I'm just going to get rid of that stitch marker because it's in my way now. And for those who need the advice, if you need to, you can slide the double crochet around on your circle so that they go next to each other and you don't end up crocheting over the top of this side that you've already done. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And this is what it looks like now, my circle. I can use that tail to pull the center of my circle closed, just like that. Now I'm going to find my third chain. 1, 2, 3. My third chain is just here, and I'm going to pop my hook into there, making sure I pick up 2 parts of that, and then I'm going to yarn over and pull it through everything on my hook, and then move them around a bit, and there's my circle. That's the start, round 1. So make your circle and then 12 double crochet into the circle. Now, next row, I'm going to do a front post bobble around this next post here. First of all, chain 1, doesn't count as a stitch, just gets me a bit of height to go. Now, front post double crochet bobble, I'm going to show you, is yarn over. You go in and around that post, just like that. So that is front post. This is your post, and I'm doing it at the front. So I'm popping it forward to the front, and I'm going to yarn over and pull up a loop. I'm going to do that 3 times. Yarn over, around the front post, pull up a loop. See how I'm pulling it up nice and high? Yarn over, around the front post, and pull up a loop. And I've got 7 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over and pull through the first 6, just like that. And then I have 2 loops left. I'm going to yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops. And this is what your bobble looks like. It doesn't look like much at the moment. And then I'm going to chain 3. And then I'm going to do another front post bobble around the next post along, which is just here. So yarn over, in and around, yarn over and pull up a loop, pull it up nice and high. Second time and third time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yarn over and pull through just the first 6. And you've got 2 left on your hook. Yarn over and pull through the last 2. And now I've got 2 bobbles with a chain 3 in between. I'm going to do in my next stitch along. So here's my next post, here's my next stitch. It's kind of a little bit hidden behind that bobble. Just pull it around, find the post, and then find the stitch. I'm doing 3 double crochet into there. So 1, dog hair, sorry. 2, 3, and they're all in the same stitch. So it looks like that. And then here's this one. This next post along, I'm going to do a bobble. So yarn over, in and around that post, pull up a loop, yarn over, in and around the post, pull up a loop, yarn over, in and around the post, and pull up a loop. 7 loops, nice and high on my hook. See how I've got this gap here, just under here? This is what you want. When I say pull it up nice and high, makes it easier to get your hook through your fibers, through the first 6 loops, and then yarn over and pull through the last 2. And like we did here, I'm going to chain 3 in between and do a front post bobble around this one. Nice and high, pulling up that loop. Like that, nice and tall. Yarn over and pull through the first 6. Yarn over and pull through the next 2. And just like I did here, I'm doing 3 double crochet. Here's my next post. So here's my next stitch. Just a little bit hidden just in there. So 3 double crochet into there. So it looks like this now. And my next post, here, that post is for these stitches. This is my next post. I'm going to do a front post bobble. Yarn over and pull through the first 6. Yarn over and pull through 2. And then let me do this. I'm scared I'm going to set the yarn on fire again. I should just blow out the candle, but I like the candle burning. Chain 3, and then another front post bobble in the next stitch along. Yarn over through 6, yarn over through 2, and then you guessed it, 3 double crochet in the next one. 1, 2, and 3. And then I've got a front post bobble in here. In there through 6 and through 2. That just pops the bobble out to the front, doing through 6 and then doing the last 2 separately. Chain 3 and 1, 2, 3. Yarn over through 6, yarn over through 2. And then in my very last stitch, I'm doing 3 double crochet. So I'm finishing with the 3 double crochet. Now, the next round, I'm going to turn this circle into a square. I'm going to join it here, joining it by popping my hook into the top of that bobble, just there like that, and slip stitching it shut. So now you can see I've got groups of bobbles, 4 groups, so 8 bobbles all up, and I've got 4 chain 3 spaces. These chain 3 spaces are going to become my corners. So I'll show you now. Now I'm here, I need to start in my corner for the next round. So I'm going to slip stitch into that corner. So I'm into that corner, and then I will chain 3, which is my first double crochet. Just let me untangle this knot and release some yarn. I really should have got my yarn holder. I keep saying that. All right, and now I've got a chain 3, which is my double crochet. I'm going to do another double crochet and then chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 double crochet. That is my corner. 1, 2, and then I'm going to pop a stitch marker in there, and that's my first corner made. Now I'm going to do 2 double crochet, so 1 here and another one here. Okay, sorry, I just paused that, and we'll have to merge it now. So I've done the corner, and now I'm doing a double crochet here and here. And then you can see my next stitch is the middle one of these 3 double crochet. I'm going to do a front post bobble around this one. And then I've got 2 double crochet before my next corner. So 1, oops, 2. I keep getting my yarn in a knot today. And then I'm going to do my next corner. So 2 double crochet, chain 3, and 2 double crochet. So I'm going to pop stitch marker into there. That's my second corner made. You can see it's starting to straighten off. And I've got 2 double crochet to do. 1 here. 1 here. And then a bobble front post around the middle. So can you see that? I've got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going front post bobble around this middle one, which is my next one along. So front post bobble around here, yarn over through 6, yarn over through 2, and then 2 double crochet. 1, 2 gets me to my next corner. Here's my next corner in that chain 3 space. So double crochet, 1, 2, 3, and 2 more double crochet, 2, and stitch marker in there. Oops. Now I'm putting that stitch marker just in the chain 3 space. I'm not putting it through a stitch or anything like that. That's where I'm going to work the corners on my next row. Now I've got 1, 2 double crochet to make. 1 in here. 1 in here. And then a front post bobble around this one. nice and tall, yarn over through 6, yarn over through 2, and then 2 double crochet, 1, 2, and I'm at my next corner, so 1, 2, chain 3, and 1, 2, 2 double crochet, 1 in there, 1 in there. Sorry, I'll just stop and put that stitch marker in the last corner made. Now I'm up to front post bobble around this middle one. Nice and tall, yarn over through 6, yarn over through the last 2, and then 2 double crochet before I get back to the start. 1, oops, buggered that up. 1 and 2. And then I'm going to join this round. So here's my chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Join in there, just like that. So don't yarn over. You've got your working loop on your hook. You pop your hook into there, into that chain 3, yarn over and pull it through everything on your hook. And then that round is done. And you can see I've got my round of bobbles here in the middle. And then in this round, my bobbles are in the little cross shape here. Now my next round I'm going to do is the repeat for the rest of the square. You could even leave it like that and do little squares if you wanted to and join them together. You could change colors here. You could do whatever you want. The actual pattern that I've got is a bigger square, and that's, yeah, just what I prefer because I don't like sewing lots of joining, lots of little things. So I'm going to show you how to continue going with this pattern. So now I'm here. I don't want to start here. If I start here, you're going to see my chain 3 all the way up. And as my square gets bigger, you're going to notice the chain. And I really, really dislike that. So I like to start in the corner. And I think it's important for me to teach people how to do this. So you can do this with any square. So you're starting your next row in the corner. It just gives it a much more seamless finish and it's a lot neater, and to me it's just best practice. So I'm here, I need to slip stitch here and here, 2 slip stitches so that I'm working my new starting row in the corner. So I've already slip stitched to close here. I'm going to slip stitch here. So if you have a look, here is where I've closed it, slip stitched it. This is the top of my next double crochet here. I've got 1 more double crochet before I get to the corner. So I want to find the top of that double crochet, which is just there. And I'm not yarned over, I've only got the working loop on my hook. I put my hook into that space and then I yarn over and pull it through everything on my hook. So I've slip stitched across there. And now I'm going to slip stitch into the corner, into this big chain 3 gap. So again, only the working loop on my hook, not yarning over, into that space, pull up a loop, and then pull that through there just like that. And now I'm in the corner, ready to start my next row. And I start with a chain 3. And then I do a double crochet. I chain 3 to make the gap and do 2 more double crochet. So this is always going to be my corner. 2 double crochet, chain 3, 2 double crochet. I'm going to move that stitch marker into that space, which is my corner. And now here's where the pattern we'll just repeat as we go. So after my corner, this very next post here, I want to work a front post bobble in this one. So I've got my 7 loops, yarn over, pull through 6, yarn over, pull through 2. And then I'm going to double crochet all the way down until I get to this last front post bobble. I mean the last post where I'm going to do a front post bobble. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry, that's my doggo. And then I've got one more left, one there, but I'm not going into there. I'm going to do a bobble around that post, that last one. Just like that. And then I'm going to make my next corner so you can see what's happening. Making my next corner is 2 double crochet, chain 3, and 2 double crochet. And I'm going to take that stitch marker out and move it up. And then again, my very next stitch post, I'm going to front post bobble around. Yarn over through 6, yarn over through 2. And then like I had here, I'm going to do 7 double crochet along there. Now the first one might be a little bit hidden under that bobble. Just pull it back, see the post, find the stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, and 7. And you can see I've got one left. I'm going to front post bobble around that. I'm going to keep going, finishing this off. I'll come back at the end of this round. All right, so I'm at my last corner. Oh, sorry, my last stitch. So I'm doing the last bobble here. And then I'm going to join it. So here's my chain 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to pop my hook, so just no yarn over, pop my hook into there, and then yarn over and pull it through everything on my hook. So now it looks like this. Oh, I forgot to move that stitch markers in there. And now every other row is going to be this one repeated. I will show you how to slip stitch across to the corner again, and then I will come back once I've made the square. So I'm here. I want to slip stitch into this double crochet top. So pop my hook into there, pull a loop through both, and then into my corner and pull it through. And now I'm ready to start my next round. I will do that and come back. Once I'm going to do a few rows because the next one is the same. We're just increasing our double crochets in the side. So we're always going to be, corners will be the same. 2 double crochet, chain 3, 2 double crochet, and then our first stitch after the corner is always going to be a bobble, front post. So 1, 2, 3. Through 6, through 2, and then I'm going to double crochet all the way down and finish with a front post bobble here. So on this row I've got 11 double crochet, and then my last one is a front post bobble before the corner. And then I go into making my corner, and I just continue this. And I'm going to do this for, I think, 4 rounds. And then I'll come back and show you a bit of a deviation in the pattern there. So I'll have 4 rows exactly the same as this, doing a bobble in the first one. And the sides are going to increase. So your corners and your first stitch and your last stitch are always going to be the bobble, and you're going to increase across here. That's what's going to make your square bigger. So this row is 7, this row is 11, the next row you're going to have 15, and then you're going to have 19, if my maths is mathing. Each row should increase by 4 on the double crochets here, and that's what's going to make your square bigger. I'll be back once I've got a couple more rows done. All right, I'm ready for the next round. So I've got, this is what my square is looking, hang on, I'll zoom out. This is what my square is looking like so far. So I've got 1, 2, 3, these 3 rows are the same. It just increases here. So I've got 7, 11, dog hair, 15 between each. You want to make sure your count is correct, otherwise it's not going to be a square. You can see the bobbles come up on the diagonal on the corners only now. You've got the center focus with the points either side, and then we just do 3 rows all the same, just increasing across here as you go. And now I'm going to show you the next round, which is a bit of a different, well, it's different totally. It's point of interest, different pattern. So zoom back in. I'm going to slip stitch across to my corner so I can start in my corner. Chain 3. My corners are still the same. Chain 3. I mean, not chain 3. I did chain 3, sorry. Now I'm doing 2 double crochet. Now I am going to front post bobble around here. So this part is still the same. And now I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to skip 1, and I'm going to do a double crochet into here. And then I'm going to chain 1, skip 1, and double crochet. So this just gives it a bit of a difference in the pattern, breaks it up. Chain 1, skip 1, and go into the next one with a double crochet. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, chain 1, skip 1. So you can see it's starting to look like this, a little bit different. You can do this round like this, or you can just do another round of those, whatever you want. It's really, it's a versatile pattern. You can change it to suit how you want it to look. Just chain 1 and skip 1 keeps your count the same, because you don't want to accidentally increase here, because your square will start to warp. So I'm keeping my count the same. When I chain 1, I skip 1. So I finish with a chain 1. I'm skipping this one, and I'm going to do a bobble into here. Making sure you pull it up nice and high is important. And then I've got like this, and I'm going to do my corner. So 2 double crochet, chain 3, and 2 double crochet. Just like that. Front post bobble here. And then chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into here. My son's just come in to ask me a question. Let me pause this, I'll be back. So I've just kept working on this. I'm going to come back and show you the last row again. So I've just done my last corner. I'm going to do a front post bobble in here, and then I'm going to chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next, all the way down, chain 1, skip 1, and a double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, chain 1, skip 1. And when you're doing this, like I said in the rows below, your sides increase by 4. So this row, you want it to be 19. So you had 7, 11, 15, 19. And by that, you're going to have, if you count your double crochet and your chain 1s, we should, fingers crossed, have 19. It's going to be embarrassing if I don't want to count this on camera. But we'll soon find out when I get to the end here. We should have 19, excluding our bobbles. So chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, and then I'm doing my bobble in this last one here. And then we will count and see if I can count myself. Now I'm just going to join it. Here's my chain 3 start, slip stitch to join it and close the round off. And let's count. So I have, here's my first bobble on my side. I have 1, which is my first chain 1, first double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, lucky. So I've got 19. Let me zoom out and you can see the whole square. Now I have one more round to go. I'm going to show you how to complete that last round, and that's it. Now also know at any stage you can stop on the pattern, make the square as big as you want or as small as you want. I'm going to do this next round. You could repeat the next round a couple of more times if you wanted to, make the square even bigger. Normally I use a chunky yarn. This is a 10 ply yarn, and I'm using a 6.5 mil hook on this one. If you wanted to do a thicker ply yarn, your square's going to work up bigger, or a smaller ply yarn, and it will, a smaller ply, like an 8 ply yarn and a 5 mil hook, your square's just going to be smaller. So you're going to need to make more of them. Hang on, did it not work?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Okay, sorry, just chatting to my son again, a little interruption. Now I'm going to show you the start of the last round. So let me zoom in. Again, slip stitch to get into my corner. And I'm in my corner. Now I'm going to chain 3 because again, my corners are still staying the same. Double crochet, chain 3. I turn my work there just so I can go around the square, and then double crochet. I mean turn my work, I don't mean flip it over, obviously. I just meant I was turning it like that. Now what I'm doing for this round, I've got my corner. I'm going to do a front post bobble here in my first one, like normal. And then just for a point of difference, I'm going to do a front post bobble around the next one as well. So 2 front post bobbles in a row. Oops. And then I'm going to do a double crochet all the way down to my last, till I've got 2 stitches left. So 1 in there. And that's my bobble. 1 over the chain, and then 1 in the double crochets. So I'm not going into, I'm not going to force my hook into that chain. I'm just going under that chain 1 space. Just you'll be there all day trying to get your hook into that chain space. So I've gone under it, and then I'm going in the top of the double crochet, under the chain 1, into the double crochet. I'm just doing that all the way down till I have 2 stitches remaining. Speed this bit up if you want. So doing the double crochet over the chain 1 and then in the double crochet keeps your count the same. So this row will have 23 on the side. Actually, no, it won't, because I did a double bobble. It will have, oh, should it? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. It will have 21 because I've got the front post bobbles. Which I should have worked that out without even counting. So I've got 3 stitches left. I'm doing 1 into here. I've got 1 over my chain 1, which was my last, and then I've got 2 stitches left. I'm going to do 2 front post bobbles. So 1, 2, 3, and then another one. 1, oops, 2, 3, nice and high, through 6, through 2, and then make my corner. I'll finish this off and then I'll come back and show you the finished result. Just quickly, I just got to this next corner. I said on this corner here, I put an extra stitch in there, which I didn't need to put in. So I just want to show you quickly. I said put 1 in here. You don't put 1 in there. So you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, which is correct. That's what you should have. And then you're doing your last 2 front post bobbles. So I think I said to put 1 in before the bobble again, which I didn't mean to do. You should have 21, not 22 in this last round. That's important. Because you've got the 2 bobbles. I think I said it wrong before, so just wanted to clarify that before I went any further. I'll finish this off and show you the finished product. All right, I'm nearly back to the beginning. I've just got 1 last bobble to do. And completed. Now I'm going to join the top of my, actually I'm going to show you how to do a needle join because it's much nicer. So I'm going to cut that tail off like that, And then I'm going to pull this through all the way like that. And then where you would normally slip stitch it to there, I'm going to show you how to do a needle join. So thread your needle and skip this chain now and go into the first double crochet. So go into the top of that double crochet there with your darning needle and pull that through just like that. And then you're going to go into the back of this next one, which happens to be a bobble. Normally it would be your next double crochet or whatever, the next stitch. So I'm going in the back loop and then the back bump of that stitch, and I'm pulling it down, and what you'll see is it creates a nice seamless top to that chain 3, and it looks like every other stitch. Hopefully you can see that nice and clearly. This is where I've just made it, and then I'm going to flip this over and just sew in the end and secure that in. I do have another video on showing how to do this properly as well. You can watch that one if you want. It's probably got a bit more of a detailed explanation. That is the square complete. Now I need to block it, obviously, if I was going to be doing something with it. But you can see I've got the repeat pattern, added this difference row in, and then my final row, I have the double bobbles side by side. That is the Asscher square done.